Hey, what's up everybody? Chris here, and today I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant, so you're going to have to bear with me just a little bit. And I don't think this is going to be an overly long rant. I wanted to talk just a little bit about the state of Nintendo's online service. I think in a video that I made maybe a year or two ago when the Switch was launched, I sort of lamented the fact that the online component of it seemed to be half-baked and not really all that well developed at all, and just sort of there for the sake of saying, hey, look, we've got online just like our peers do, Xbox and PlayStation, so you've got that as an option. I saw today, just sort of browsing Twitter, that it seems like a lot of people who were able to attend a preview event for Super Mario Maker 2, which is really arguably one of the biggest games that Nintendo has coming out this year, certainly over the summer season as they head into E3, that some of the online components are going to be limited in such a way that you can only play with random people when it comes to trying to work through courses together, that sort of thing. If that's accurate, that's really disappointing, especially given that I've got two friends who I know are going to pick up the game and we've talked about playing it online. But it seems like now that's going to be a much more limited experience. And it could be the case that Nintendo is going to patch that at a later point. But the fact that it's not something that's going to be front and center when they release the game, it sounds like, based on the information I've seen, is just really something that doesn't make me happy at all. So, I've been a Nintendo fan since the NES was released, and I picked that up, or received that rather, I should say, as a Christmas gift when I was maybe 6 or 7 years old, something like that. And as the system and as the company has evolved and as new iterations of their hardware has been released and as they've had growing competition, I think a lot of Nintendo fans, including myself, have sort of sat by the sidelines and sort of defended them from the perspective of, well, their games are great and that's really all that matters. And in a lot of ways that's true. I'll still sort of stand on that hill and die on that hill if I have to, that the games are great. But that comes with a caveat. It's 2019 and we still have what amounts to really kind of a half-baked, ill-conceived online service from Nintendo, one that we're now paying for. And it does have some benefits, right? I mean, you do get some NES games that you can play online with friends, and you can play them single player if you want to. There are some exclusive things like Tetris 99, which is really cool, and I do enjoy that a lot, even though admittedly I haven't played it a whole lot since launch. It's a cool idea, but I don't know what the longevity of that looks like, maybe except for the really hardcore devoted Tetris fans. But, here we are, 2.5 years, maybe, however long it's been since launch. We don't have an integrated party system. Voice chat is limited to a phone app, which really, it does work with some of the bigger games, of course, but it's not nearly as fluid as what you would get with something like PlayStation Online or Xbox Live. We don't have an easy-to-use party system. We don't have trophies or achievements or any of the things that modern gamers have come to expect. And so it just kind of blows my mind when I see that Nintendo just will not budge on this sort of thing. I don't really understand what their thinking is with that. As much as I love them as a company, and I do think, that they have some of the best, if not the best, first-party exclusive games, they just are really stuck in this old-school mindset where they won't get out of that. Now, they could make the argument, or defenders could make the argument that, well, the Switch is selling really well. There's no incentive for them to do a whole lot to change the way things are set up now. And I guess to a certain extent that's true. But I feel like there's a growing sense of frustration with where the online service is now, where it's headed, or where it's not headed, rather, because it's been kind of stagnant, and whether or not they even care about it. It seems like in a lot of instances, online aspects of games or the online service in general is sort of tossed out to fans as, well, okay, you say you want online, here's online. It's kind of an afterthought and it's not well developed at all. Whereas I feel like if they had actually put some thought into it and would just budge a little bit and mirror some of their contemporaries with how that's structured, they could dominate the industry. I don't want to see other companies fail, but I think Nintendo has a real chance to take over generations moving forward if they can just get this one component right, but for some reason they refuse to do that. So I just felt the need to rant about that a little bit after having seen the news about Mario Maker 2 and apparently sort of the limited online capabilities that are being thrown out there. Again, that could be patched, but let me know what you think. Am I off base on my take on that? Do you think Nintendo's online service is fine, or do you agree that it needs some heavy tweaking? So if you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you like the content, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and fingers crossed, maybe Nintendo will get this right soon. Again, thanks for watching.